Such a good girl. Such a good girl. Sophie. Good girl. Good doggy, lovely. Good doggy. So, hey there. This is Judith from My Big Dog Human and Dog Training. I have a client right now who's working on a sit stay, and I wanted to help her a little bit with progressing to the point that the dog can really keep sitting while other people and dogs are passing on a walk. So what we are going to talk about today is the sit stay. And for a good sit stay, what do we need? We basically need two commands. One command is the sit command, and one command is not a stay. No, the dog is supposed to stay as long as we don't tell him otherwise. So a release command is the second command we really need, and that is really important. And that could be something like a go, a done, free, over, something like that. It should always be the same, like with the sit, so that your dog gets used to it, and that your dog only gets up when we say that word, and that he keeps sitting after we told him to sit, as long as we don't give the release command. So what do we need for a good sit stay? We need the 3 Ds. So 1D is the duration. Of course, we need to work up some duration. The dog will need to sit for maybe a good minute or something like that. We need to work on distraction, so that the dog is not just getting up because something is moving, because there are people, because a piece of food fell down, whatever, something like that. And then the last D is distance. Even though the dog might need might just sit next to us, it's good to work up a little bit distance, so that we could at least walk a few steps away from our dog without him getting up. What is not only a distance, what is also some kind of distraction, because when we are moving, we are motivating the dog to come with us. So working up a little bit distance, even if it's just a couple steps, is definitely beneficial. We should not be working on all those 3 things in just one session. The reason I listed them like that is this is the way they should be worked up. They should first be worked up separately and worked on separately before we combine them all together, and just in little tiny steps. So while we work on the duration, we want to keep distraction and distance to a minimum. The same with when we're working on distractions. We don't want to let our dog sit for a long time, and we also don't want to be far away from our dog. I think you get it. So we start with the duration first, a couple examples that I would like you to show, or how you can do it, and then we go over to distraction and distance. Okay, go, let's start it. Look up. And you could see that she was just sitting the entire time while I stepped out the room, even with her food here down in the food dish. So that is definitely a huge distraction. There was duration and there was distance. But in order to get that, we need to work up these things separately from each other. So I just want to have a little fun and wake her up. Yes, and do some tricks with her, huh? Good girl, good girl. If your dog is not able to do tricks yet, good. Good girl. You can just play the good, look at me game, so that your dog, good, looks at you, and after that, good. Or while he's doing that, good. You praise and reward him. Good girl. You can also wake your dog up by tossing some treats just to move and get them, but say your release command. Lovely. What would be go, for example, or free? Lovely. To go, lovely. Go, lovely. Okay, and now we get started on some duration. Is it? Good. Right after your dog said good. Praise him and give him a piece of food so that he knows that this is what you want him to do. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Good, good. You can count out loud or just in your mind. Good, good. Good, good. Good, good. Go. Nim. Love Nim. Go kitty. Love Nim. Good. And then you release your dog. Go. Love Nim. Don't let him sit for so long. That will be too difficult. Good. If you have to start with 5 seconds, start with 5 seconds. Good. If it's less, you start with less. If it's already longer, you get lucky. Good. 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 Go, lovely. Lovely. Ooh, go, lovely. Good day. Okay. Now we take a longer duration. Good girl. Good girl. Then you go, you might add 2 or 3 seconds. Good girl. The next time you do it. Good girl. But don't ask too much. Good girl. Good girl. And work it up step by step. And always, good girl. Train for those short sessions and keep the duration you had. Good girl. For a couple, yeah, still got it. For a couple repeats before you progress. So don't think, okay, this one session I was able to do 10 seconds. The next time we do 12 seconds. And then we do 15 seconds and 20 and so on. Do that a couple times with those short, good girl, durations you had before you progress. Go, love me. Go, love me. Go, love me. Good day. So, it. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Go, love me.